You've heard a lot about President Biden's fall the other day, but don't miss what's happening here. It's not just the fall. The media operation and the implications for the republic, that's what concerns me. Now, look, anyone could stumble or fall, this is sandbag's fault, but when a president does it, usually scrutiny and ridicule follow. Trump couldn't even walk down a slick ramp without facing scorn. President Gerald Ford was probably the most athletic president ever. He played football in a national championship, but when he missed a step just once, Chevy Chase and SNL sketches forever set the narrative of Ford as a bumbling buffoon. So it is curious that when Hillary Clinton collapsed like an old Armani pantsuit and was physically dumped into a van, there was no SNL sketch or ridicule, which brings us to the current president, who over the last 2 years has done more pratfalls than Jerry Lewis. Part of the problem is Joe Biden is suffering from a stiff gait and old age. His doctor has admitted as much. But in an effort to show how vigorous he still is, he affects this skipping routine. I call it the Biden trot. He does it all the time. It mostly conjures up images of Tim Conway's little old man. But watch closely. It's the Biden trot that got him into trouble at the Air Force Academy yesterday. Why are they cheering? Expect the White House staff to put more guardrails around him than the bathroom at John Fetterman's house. Every time he goes out, it's going to look like he's in line for a Disney ride. Lots of rails. Note the president's explanation. He blamed the sandbag that was holding his prompter. But it's the American people who've been sandbagged by politicians and media who continue to ignore the obvious and talk away the decline.
It's the advance team or whoever's fault that they put a sandbag in front of them. I trip in my own house. I mean, it's not easy.
Same. I don't want to have a fall, but if I do, I hope I get up as good as he did.
This is not some sort of ominous talisman about his medical condition. The president, appears to be in pretty good physical condition. Bruce Springsteen took a fall. He was on his back for quite a bit longer than the president today.
The reality is Joe Biden is in physical and mental decline. This has been going on for years. We've chronicled it on this show. This latest tumble is just a reminder of how dire his condition is. But as the world watches the literal fall of America's president, what is more concerning are the other ominous falls of Joe Biden that the media refuses to cover. Tonight, he's celebrating his debt deal.
I want to commend Speaker McCarthy. It was critical to reach an agreement, and it's very good news for the American people. We're protecting important priorities from Social Security to Medicare to Medicaid to veterans to our transformational investments in infrastructure and clean energy.
Hooray, more debt! Codifying obscene levels of spending ushered in during COVID. This is not a victory. This is another fall, one that will hurt you and your family for generations. And as for the jobs report, the job growth is coming predominantly from new government or subsidized jobs, which you pay for. Hooray, more government debt. And that debt is on top of more than $100 billion that we keep shoveling, or nearly $100 billion that we keep shoveling to Ukraine. And that's a Biden fall that may get us into World War III. Fewer reporting on the recent drone attacks on Moscow and at the Kremlin. Now Putin's threatening the use of nuclear weapons. And today, the Biden administration decided it's the perfect time to try to kickstart nuclear arms control negotiations with Russia and I haven't even gotten to crime or the record border incursions, but they speak for themselves. Still, the White House says Joe Biden is just peachy, and put all that big fall stuff right out of your mind.
He got right back up and continued what he was there to do. He did not. There was no need for the doctor to see him as it was related to the fall, and he's doing fine.
If a doctor didn't see him, then the White House is negligent. He's 80 years old. That hip could be in splinters. This is nothing more than rank politics and pride, which apparently comes before and after a fall.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.